Joanne here, going live on a Thursday evening. I have to apologize. I missed the Monday, but I have a great live session in store today. Today, I'm here with my youngest son, Joshua, and I'm going to be interviewing him about these great books that I bought for him and that I've recommended on my channel for you to do if you're looking for your children to learn about finances and investing. There's this book, which is the key book on investing and financial management for kids. And then there's a workbook. And so over the last month or a bit, Joshua has been working through those books. And like my middle son, Benjamin, Joshua doesn't want to be on camera, so you'll just be seeing me, but you'll be hearing his voice. So say hi, Josh.
Hi.
So Joshua, as I shared with you, I'm going to interview you for my channel because, as I might not have showed you, but I've showed my viewers, I'm really keen on setting our children up for success. And the earlier we can teach them about managing money and about investing, the better they can reap from the time value of money. I'm very grateful that my parents did that with me, and therefore I had that pattern and something that I'm doing with my children. And so today I'm just going to ask Joshua what he thought of what he's been doing. So what did you learn about finance? What was some of the biggest things, and maybe top 3 things that you learned about saving and investing from reading this book and or doing the activity? What were maybe the most interesting thing you learned?
Well, I learned that savings accounts aren't just you put your money in and you get just a small bit of interest. I realized that there's different types of saving accounts to make different amounts of money, and long term and short term. I also learned about different types of saving accounts, different types of stocks, and I learned a lot of things with investing and saving, and I learned that it's not that boring, and there's many ways to grow your money other than just letting it sit. So yeah, and the activities were pretty helpful to just test what I learned, and it was really enjoyable too.
Okay, that was my next question. How did you find the activity book? Did you find that it was interesting and engaging, or did you struggle a bit in some chapters? Was there any particular area or exercise that you really liked?
Well, when I started reading the activity book and doing the activities in it, there was some stuff that was not covered in the reading book that was in the activity book. So I had to do a bit of research, and it was a good challenge to get me more insights on investing, and it also did help me a lot in math because I had to do some equations like the compound interest, how it works, and it was pretty rough, but I got through it in the end, and it served me.
Thanks for all of you who are joining. Again, this is Joanne tuning in from Gatineau, Quebec. I'm here talking with my 11-year-old son, Joshua. He's my youngest son. And like my middle son, Benjamin, who I interviewed about his investment challenge he did in summer, they don't want to be on camera, so you're just going to be hearing their voices. So he's sharing about our work through my recommended books that I suggest if you're looking to help your children learn about investing and managing their money. There's a book that they can read, and then there's a workbook that they can work through and help them to really grasp those concepts. Okay, so I'm just going to ask you some questions to see if you really got some information from those books. Is that cool? It's like a pop quiz.
A pop quiz.
Okay, so what's a stock? When you say a stock, what's a stock?
A stock is a percentage of ownership of a company, and some different stocks pay dividends, and you can only buy them by publicly owned companies. And you buy stocks on the stock market, and nowadays you buy them online, which makes it easier to get your stocks. And yeah.
Hello, Enzo. Crystal, yes, feel free to drop in the chat as you come in to the quick hello. So he was like, I got all the answers. Okay, all right. So tell me some of the ways that you can make your money work for you. Or another way is, tell me some of the ways that you can earn income by investing. We just talked about stocks. And when you were sharing about stocks, you gave a really great explanation. And you also mentioned about dividends. What are dividends? And is that a way, like what is that? Is that one of the ways that we can earn income? And what are other ways that we can earn income through stocks?
Well, dividends basically, what dividends are, it is like some companies, when you buy their stocks, they decide to start paying you dividends, which is like small, like some money. And basically, what you can do with those dividends is either take the money now and leave, or wait, and it can grow more and more. And really, the more you're patient, the more the dividends like get worth more, and you get more dividends and more money. So sometimes it's not good to like leave early, because you just want to let it grow a bit more and not like just leave the stock once you get like one dividend.
Yes. Okay. So I'm going to help clarify a bit about that. So dividends is when the company pays out a part of their income to the investors. And dividends can be paid monthly or quarterly. And the longer you hold the stock, the more dividends you're going to earn. And so what I think Joshua was saying is that if you hold, the longer you hold the stock, the more income you can earn through dividends. So how else can you earn income from stocks?
Well, I don't consider this really other way. I don't really
It's a little bit of
consider
a trick question.
But sometimes if a company goes like down, people like to just leave it. And I think what happens to your stocks is that like you sell them and you just get like a small bit of money for your stocks, and that's a way, but it's not very efficient.
No, and I actually want to say to correct you. So there's several ways that you can earn income from stocks. One of them is definitely from dividends. The other way is when you buy it at a certain price and you sell it at a higher price. So you earn what we call a capital gain, which is the appreciation in the value of the stock. So you don't want to wait for the stock to go down and sell it, because then you're losing the money because you're selling it at a lower price than you bought. You want to hold the stock for a long period of time. And then you're getting your dividends. Plus, usually over a long period of time, if the company is a good company, it will appreciate in value and the stock price will increase. And then when you choose to sell the stock, ideally it would be at a higher price than you invested it in. So you got the dividends while you hold it, and then you get to the appreciation on the sale when you sell it. Those are the two ways that you can earn income from stocks.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah. So I know in the book it talked about other ways to earn income, and you talked about different savings accounts. So talk to us a little bit about different ways that you can earn income and or make your money work for you through a savings account, not investing in stocks, just different savings accounts.
So basically, I don't know like the abbreviations of these ones, but there's like a retirement plan thing, and I think like in the workbook, in the reading book, it talked about I think the compound interest is paid in retirement accounts. So that's one way. Also, there's like simple interest savings accounts where you don't have to put much money, and it can be short term good. It can be good short term. So yeah.
And actually, it's funny. I shared on my channel the great promotion that CIBC here in Canada has for students and youth. And it was, if you use the link in my show notes, or if you have a friend who has a CIBC account, they can share with you the link. And both of you would get $50 once you do a few things in terms of setting up the account. And so I actually set up that account with my son, Joshua. And one of the really neat things is when we set up that account, CIBC had a promotion on a savings account where if you created a Advantage savings account with them as well, so you create the checking and the savings, they give you a promotional, I think, 5% interest on the first 3 months. And that's really good in this market right now because the average interest that you're getting on savings accounts here in Canada is just under 2% or just around the 2% mark. And some, if you're talking about big banks, you're getting next to nothing. It's the virtual banks like Wealthsimple or Tangerine that are giving you those double digits or, 1 point something interest rate. So 5% is phenomenal. So again, if you are a youth under 25 and you're looking to start your banking, CIBC is a great option. You can use the link in the show notes. And when you open the account, it'll give you the criteria in terms of setting up a Interact. And I forget all the details. So you read the details. And once you perform those, you will get $50 promotional cash back is what they say. So Joshua and I did that. And then Joshua referred his brother Benjamin. And now my middle son Benjamin is referring all his friends. So that's how you can work it in your family too. Because as he referred his brother Benjamin, he will get $50 and his brother Benjamin will get $50. Okay, let's switch. So after we did this book on investing, we talked about we talked about you actually choosing companies to invest in. And you chose 3 companies that you wanted to buy stocks in. You chose Google, you chose Microsoft, and you also chose, I think it's called RBI, which includes Tim Hortons. Tell me why you chose those 3 stocks to invest in.
Well, first of all, the reason I chose Microsoft is because Microsoft is really stable and a good company, and in its place it has it's unbeatable and it does things really well. So I know that company will grow over the next years. And Google is another one, and I think many people know that Google has a pretty big reputation, and I don't think that my stocks will lose value, and I think it'll just get better along the time. And also another reason I went to the RPI is because, well, I do like Tim Hortons brands, and I don't want to go into a stock that I don't have anything to do with, but I just want
That's a pro tip there. Invest in a company that you know and actually maybe you use their product because then you can testify to the quality of the product or the quality of the service. And Joshua definitely loves Tim Hortons.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Awesome. So what do you see yourself doing? Let's say with your $50 promotion dollars that you're going to get from CIBC, what do you think you're going to do with that money?
Well, I think I'm going to save it because right now I realize that what I've been doing lately, spending all my money on snacks and stuff, I don't think it's very wise, and I'm going to try to save it for bigger goals and for when I need it, and also I'm trying to grow it too and try to be more wise with my money.
All right, awesome. Well, Joshua, it was really a pleasure to interview you for my channel. I am very grateful that you accepted the challenge to read the book and you read it fully. And I know as you were reading it, remember that time when you were reading about credit scores? And I asked you, what do you think my credit score was? And he's like, I think you have a poor credit sure. I was like, what? Come let me show you.
When did I say that?
Yes.
I thought I had an average credit score.
Wow, when you said average, you told me the number, and I was like, what? Why do you think your mom is average?
I don't know.
And then he was shocked with my credit. He was like, wow, Mom, you have a good credit score? I'm like, yes, I have a good credit score. So it was really funny. The other small thing I want to share with you is that this book is written by an American. So that's one of the reasons when Joshua was talking about retirement accounts, some of the terms here are more American focused. So when we were talking about it, I would share with him, for example, a retirement account here is an RRSP, not an IRA, and things like that. And of course, here in Canada, we have a lot of other different accounts that they don't have in the US. So I've definitely done my series on the tax-free savings account. And then recently, as you know, the government introduced the first-time home buyer savings account. So great book, but just recognize that you'll need to supplement it with some explanations about what's available in the Canadian market. All right. Well, thank you so much for all of you who tuned in. We saw the hearts, we saw the comments. Joshua is waving his hand in the background. Joshua, is there any last words you want to share? If you were talking to a child your age and their mother came to them and said, let's do this book on investing, and they were balking, what would you say to them if they didn't want to do it, or what would you say?
I'll tell them that don't just do it whenever. Try to organize, because many of the activities in the workbook need parental guidance, and you usually need help doing it, like researching stocks, finding like different sale prices, different prices on certain items, and like many things you have to research online. And also, I feel like if you're just going in blindsided and it's like your first time doing anything about investing, then you should try to like have your parent help you understand, because you can read the book and do all the activities, but if you don't understand what you're doing, then you're not taking anything out of it.
Great. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Joshua. And thank you everyone who tuned in. And I'll see you on Saturday on my next live. Thanks for watching.
Bye.